These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mark Z via PDK comment October 3rd, Iraq Republic Freedom Day or Independence Day. Mark Z looks like they are finally getting their freedom from us. This day in history, Iraq earns independence. This was in 1932, where they announced their independence from Great Britain. Why is this important? Look at the date, October 3rd, 1932. Is that not poetic that they are expected to give the announcement of their independence from U.S. sanctions and control over their money on October 3rd, 2023? This is interesting timing. I very much expect a massive breakthrough, if not a value change of direction, by October 3rd. Banking sources still expect it sooner. Militiaman says to lock the central bank governor. He's posting some things on CBI website that's pretty powerful. 24 pages of instructions talking about international banking. He also put a piece out specifically talking about a new system of external transfers. This particular piece is phenomenal because he's working with the Central Bank of Iraq and the United States Federal Bank. They're talking about different currencies, UAE, dirham, Turkish lira, European euro, Indian rupee. He's been knocking it out of the park. All right, Pimpy says we know Congress is supposed to vote for Iraq on whether or not they want to reverse the authorization for military force over there. That's going to be a biggie. I'm curious to see what happens. I don't know if they're going to reverse it all the way, but I do believe you might see a modified version of it that would still benefit Iraq. All right, Angel 1, what does Sadani come out today and say? He says, hey, everybody, I'm announcing to you we are going to have a special holiday. We're going to have our very own Independence Day, and that will be October 3rd. Iraq has never, ever had an Independence Day. Citizens of Iraq, I'm hearing from boots on the ground, are beyond themselves. All right, clear article quote, Al-Sudani directs suspension of official working hours on October 3rd. Another quote, the Iraqi National Day is a day that was proposed in 2008 to be made a national day that falls on October 3rd. To commemorate the day of Iraq's declaration of independence from the British Mandate and its joining the League of United Nations, and that independence was on October 3rd, 1932. Caparoni says several articles the last few days talking about a unified treasury account in Iraq. We have talked about this for years, as it is necessary for the central bank to begin monitoring inflationary pressure created by investment capital. Unified accounts make it easier statistically. All right, Frank 26 says Sudani's mission at the UN is completed, and his mission to the U.S. Treasury completed. Yes. Who's next? The citizens on October 1st. Mark Z via PDK, rumors are screaming right now, but the biggest news of the day is the Senate passing the resolution to end the sanctions and the war on Iraq. This is huge, and once the House passes it, it will allow Iraq to have full control over their own money, their own oil, and their own destiny. Watch what happens in the next few days. We know they are celebrating, and a lot of people think we may see something overnight tonight. I still think it won't be until the weekend at the earliest. I hope they're right and I am wrong. News is overwhelmingly positive. Pimpy says, yes, there's a lot of reasons to be excited about Iraqi Dinar's future. There's a lot of steps taking place to make this happen. The authorization of military use definitely give Iraq back their sovereignty. They'd be free to do what they want without asking for permission all the time. Angel 1 says, Thursday, I'm guaranteeing you the auctions change. That's the CBI announcement. That's the 28th. That's their banking Friday. That means they automatically go into offline. I wouldn't go crazy looking for something on Thursday, but let me tell you, official implementation date is Thursday per the CBI. Whether we see it Friday, Saturday, I cannot promise you, but I can also tell you this is very close. And lastly, Holly says some very important things are going to happen. Number 1, the USA sanctions on auctions for Iraq are being lifted after 30 years, signed off by Treasury last week when Iraq was in USA. Number 2, Iraq is part of the WTO by October 4th. They have to have an international rate to be part of it. Number 3, Iraq is having their first ever Independence Day on October 3rd. Congratulations, Iraq. This means they are independent and their war has ended. This is by far the biggest boom ever.